Speaking of ancient Egypt, when Tutankhamun possesses the pharaoh curse, the first thing that comes to mind is the never-faded gold mask. But what is confusing is, in the tomb of Tutankhamun, the most famous god of death in ancient Egyptian mythology was also discovered. Anubis statue. So, why does the statue of death appear in the tomb of the pharaoh? And why did the pharaoh choose to be mummies after death? What secret is hidden? There is such a record in the Book of the Dead in ancient Egypt. Legend is in the deepest part of the dark underworld. There is a god like a different kind, although it has a human body, but with a cruel and fierce jackal head. All those who die will be brought before them for trial. This is Anubis, the god of death. It is said that when a person dies, soul will come to the kingdom of the dead. Anubis waited here, guide the undead to a huge scale, the final trial ceremony. In this process, Anubis will use his claws to pull out the heart of the dead, placed on the side of the brace. On the other side is the truth feather of the goddess of order Maat. If the heart is heavier than the feather, means that the deceased committed a sin during his lifetime. Anubis will summon huge monsters, eat its heart. Sinners will be distracted by this, return to nothingness. If the heart is lighter than the feathers, it means the holiness of the dead before his death. Anubis will send his soul into heaven, so much so that the powerful people at that time were worried about their death. Unable to pass Anubis' trial, it will use gold to create scarab talisman, to replace your heart, to cover up the sins of life. Not only that, in ancient Egyptian mythology, one death does not mean ending. It's a new beginning. They think, what really matters to humans is the soul. The body is just a body carrying the soul. If you can pass the trial of Anubis, the soul will be immortal, and eventually reborn into the world as a hero. Mainly write a new history So before it is reborn, it needs to be properly preserved. Prevent the body from rotting. From then on, a mummy was born. Legend of the first mummy. It was produced and taught to the world by Anubis. This ancient craft is very complex and cruel. First, the body was cut off and the internal organs were removed. Fill in anti-corrosion drugs and suture them. Soak it in sodium carbonate solution for 70 days. This will achieve anti-corrosion effect. And the most terrifying thing is, there are many people and animals. All are made of mummies alive. For the ancient Egyptians, the next life is extremely important. Therefore, Anubis was worshipped by the world a long time ago. There is also a very strange thing. Archaeologists discover, in the murals of Egyptian tombs, many people have green paint on their faces. By reading a lot of information, I learned the reason for doing this. It turned out to mark the resurrection or has been resurrected. And the number of such marks is not a small number. This makes people think of it. Could it be that the ancient Egyptians really reborn the dead? If it's true, so where are these reborn people now? And this problem, it is also left to us by ancient Egyptian civilization.